Hello everyone, I'm Terry, you're watching Crafty Clufty, and I made this plaque, Rope of Hope, and back is the scripture verse, and if you like it, want to make something similar, then stay tuned and watch the video. It's coming right up. Now for this project, we're going to need a small cup of water, small brush, scissors, a sanding block, a piece of wood, and this is actually a cutting board, Dollar Tree, and I'm going to have something I can make a plaque. I'm going to make a plaque out of this, tikva, Rope of Hope, and I plan on having some on one side and on the other. So, right now I don't think I'm going to be painting because I like this wood, and let's get to it. Now I've got my cup of water. I have a teeny brush here, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to get kind of close. Just going to make this wet so we can easily pull it apart. I want the jagged edge. I like the jagged edge. And that's what I'm going to do when I get ready to pull it apart. I will show you how I do that. I've got one side. I'm going to take my finger to the side I want it to not tear into. I'm just going to tear like that. And do that all the way down. And some of it may be closer, some of it may be wider, but that's okay. Depends on what you like. Okay, you see how the edges is frayed. I'm going to do the same thing over here. When I get this all done here, then I'll show you what I'm going to do next. The rope looks like, that's the tear method, and I'm going to use that. And I'm going to use the tear method on this. I'm going to cut these words out, not cut, but do the same thing. So I'll put the other ones on the other side. So, I'm going to get started with that. I'm going to cut out the tikva and then Rope of Hope, and I'll just arrange it. Glue it down, and then at the end I will seal it down, and I will also have the scripture and this on the other side. So I'm going to do the tear method here, get everything all wet, and I'll be right back. Now, I had a lot more space than what I thought I would have, so I cut this out. Well, no, I tore it out, and it's a lot easier using the wet method to tear than it is the regular tear, because you don't rip it as bad. You've got the jagged edges, which is just fine. And so I'm going to put this on, kind of like that, kinda. And you can use any wood you want. So I'm just going to glue this down, Modgpoge it down, and I'm going to get these two centered, and then center the middle too. And maybe I'll put something over here on both sides. Okay, so I'm going to start, I'm going to have to Modgpoge, and then I'll put this on. Now what I'm doing is I'm just putting Modgpoge all over here. Of course you can put it on the back of the paper if you want, and put it down that way. That's okay too. So this is just what I've got planned here. And you want to get every nook and cranny. Otherwise, you can wind up with spots coming up. And so I'm going to try to put this in the middle. And flatten this down. And try to flatten out the tears. I like that tear look. And then I will put, I'm going to put this one down. Up on top. And try to get it in the middle. It's not the middle. And I want an edge on the top and the bottom like I've got. Smoothing this out. You see the rugged edges here? And smooth that out. Smooth it down. And let those little frayed edges fray on out. Be part of the design. You don't have to do it this way. That's just the way I'm doing it. Now, I'm put this down here. Let's see. Try to get this up here. Okay. Now, I gotta push all this down. Make it flat. Make sure this is all flat. And then I will Modgpoge over it and make sure it's flattened out more. And I will probably put some glitter all over here when I'm done. Okay. Now you're going to have some rolling, like this part here, kind of rolled down. You want to kind of push it up so it's not rolled. This looks like it's kind of rolled. Push it up. This is rolled, so you want to push that down. Okay. This is rolled. Now, that's what I'm doing. I'm just getting rid of the rolls and just flattening. And I will see you in a few. Yeah, I decided to use glitter. So I used what I had from my other project instead of throwing it away. And I've got some silver and some white and there's a little green, a little blue all mixed in here. You can see that shine. And now all I'm going to do is Modgpoge over this whole thing. This should be dry. So, and then the project will be done. I'll show you what it looks like when everything is all dry. Make sure you don't have little pieces of trash in here. And I'm just going to put it now. While I'm doing this, I will probably have glitter all over the words in the road. And that's fine, because it will probably smear, and I'm okay with that. And I got my brush, and I'm just going to like dab because there's glitter on here instead of stroking with the brush. So that will kind of help the glitter to stay put. Okay, so I'll be back. Now I had these on, but they stuck out too much. So I'm going to put these on. These two are about the same size. So I'm just going to put these on and kind of just move it the way I want. Okay. Now, can you see that? I think we're done. I gotta put the hanger on the back, and then let's call it done. I'll be back with you in just a moment. Now the plaque is done here. I gotta put the hanger on, and I'm going to braid this. I'm gonna make it so it's 3 lengths. Okay, so you want it a little longer. That way you can have it the way you want. It won't be too short. Okay, now what I'm doing here is I'm going to tie this. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to put the plaque to the side, this to the side. I have a clamp here, and that's going to help. Now, cut this, I'm separating this, and I am just going to put this like that. And, oh, I gotta cut this edge. Okay. Now, for some of you that don't know how to braid, I've got 3 pieces here. Okay, you see that? Now, left to middle, right to middle, left to middle, right to middle. You keep doing that all the way down. I'm going to make mine a little tight. That will make it a little stronger. Keep doing the left to middle and then the right to middle. Okay? And do that all the way down. And I'll show you what we do when I get done with this braid. And I'll let you see what this looks like. Just remember you go left to middle, right to middle. It will look better once it's done. Now it looked like I had a lot of extra, but I actually don't because I'm going to have this all the way around. So what I'm going to do, and this is really going to fit, is I'm going to do it like this. I have the rope here, and have this part in the middle. See that? And then I'm not going to glue this part here, trying to make it straight. And then I have this part here, all the way down. And then this is going to be in the middle. So we're going to have rope hanging down at the bottom. But the sides and the bottom here is what's going to give it a strength to hold it. Because this is heavier than what I usually do. And I could put clamps in here, but I really don't want to. So I'm going to go with the rope, and I'm going to use some strong glue, maybe some E6000 or Gorilla, and I'm going to get the sides up here, and then work my way down and make sure I'm in the middle. Now I started at the top. I've got this glued here at the sides, and then I'm going to work my way down with the glue and make this flat. And then this will be more in the middle. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just making sure this is more even and tight, and then I'm going to go on from there. Both sides. And that will give me my strong hold for when we hang it up. Okay? Okay, now this is all glued down except for the top. And when all this is glued down with super glue. And once this is all done, dry I mean, then I will put some Modgpoge all over the side, and that will make it a little stronger. And for the ends, I cut the ends off and just put it together. Then when I Modgpoge it, it will come together even better. I can work with it. So, we're done. And thank you so much for watching. And there's one more part coming up. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you come back. I hope it's given you ideas of something that you can do, that you can have fun with. That's what the video is all about, having fun. So, I will see you next time, hopefully.